name's Vicky McGhee and I worked for North Halifax Partnership between 2008 and 2021. I joined North Halifax Partnership as Policy and Research Officer in the Ovenden and Mixenden Initiative team, managed by Liz Broadley. And I came from the council where I'd been doing performance monitoring work, where there were a number of indicators for the council, very dry data things that you collecting information about Calderdale, about crime levels and antisocial behaviour and fly tipping and all the key performance indicators that councils had to collect at that time. And one of the things I've started doing in the council is looking at that data by ward level. And what I sat in the office down in the town centre, looking at this data and looking at it at ward level and seeing just the disparity between the different areas, how you could live in one part of Calderdale and have a really different experience to another part of Calderdale. And what really stood out was Ovenden, Illingworth, Mixenden as well. And so when the job came up at Ovenden Initiative for this Policy and Research Officer, I was really it came at the right time for me. I really wanted to go and have a look at that narrowing the gap agenda between the different parts of Calderdale. And so I got to join Ovenden and Mixenden Initiative, and then I became Neighbourhood Manager in 2014 and led the community development team. When I became Neighbourhood Manager, my role was leading a team of community development workers to manage a number of different community projects and programmes across North Halifax. And we also worked in the east part of Calderdale as well, so across North Halifax, Shelf and Whalley as well. Some things stay the same and some things do change, but one thing that's kind of stayed the same all through NHP, all through my time with NHP, is that it's continued to be really anchored in the place, in the North Halifax community. What did change from about 2006 is, because of the neighbourhood contract, we did start to focus out into other areas of Calderdale and have to deliver things like ward forums in North Halifax, Shelf and Whalley. But what really stayed the same is that community-led board, those local people driving what we did, and the enthusiasm of the teams across North Halifax Partnership, across the Sure Start Children's Centres, as well as the neighbourhood teams as well. That stayed the same all the way through, as far as I could see. The community-led projects, when you can develop, when you know that something needs to be done, there's a community priority to do something, and you've got local people that want to be involved in that, and you can encourage more and more people to get involved. That's the really exciting bit, because it's not really about us as officers doing the work, it's about community ownership of projects and people feeling that they're really proud of what's been developed, and hopefully they can then own it and take it on into the future, and that does happen in lots of different ways. My biggest accomplishment, or the team's biggest accomplishment, was the Beechwood Big Picnics, which happened 2017 and 2019, and there were one-day events in Beechwood Park, but they comprised so many different elements of what NHP delivers, all the different services and teams and projects, but also the biggest thing about it was that it was really community delivered by local groups, the Friends of the Park group, the Men's Shed group down the road. There was a working group made up of our officers, but also local community members, saying, what do we want to see on this community event? What is the purpose of it? What do we want? What does success look like for a Beechwood Big Picnic? And then delivery on the day, it was absolutely bonkers. A lot of it was so busy, so crazy, really long days, and you're absolutely dead on your feet by the end of it. But I just couldn't stop smiling after it, because we managed to get everything through that we needed to get through. We got through all the things that went wrong on the day as well, and solved all those problems, and and people were just really happy walking around. We also got the sun, we were blessed on that day with sunshine as well, on both those days. So yeah, Beechwood Big Picnic. There's so many memories, and obviously Beechwood Picnic is one of them, but there is the North Halifax Neighbourhood Awards that ran for 10 years. They were such good nights where you're honouring and celebrating local people's achievements, and the amount of people that got nominated every year, and it was just a really lovely event that quite often involved the local school, or we ran the awards event down at Three Ways as well a couple of times. So that was brilliant. But then just little stuff like packing the Staying Well parcels for Staying Well clients in the office, and just having a huge piles of things that needed to go in these parcels for people, and just laughing in the office, and having to manage the logistics of packing everything, getting it all wrapped, getting it out to Staying Well clients as well, going and knocking on the doors and handing that over, and people being really surprised, not expecting that, and just thinking this is a lovely little project. So yeah, that as well. Happy anniversary to North Halifax Partnership, to all my old colleagues and new colleagues, and especially to the community in North Halifax that have driven North Halifax Partnership, that built it from the bricks up at the beginning into the amazing organisation that it continues to be today.